Buckhead Shore is a new series premiering June 23rd on MTV. We have two of the stars, Parker Lipman and Bethania Locke. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Happy to be
Parker, let's
here.
go ahead and start with you. This is all set in your family's lake house. Tell us a little bit about how this became a tradition and what we're going to see in the show.
Well, I feel like it only made sense because for the last 10 years, as a group, we have all gone to my lake house. And I feel like collectively, there's always been some type of drama that goes down. And I guess this time around, they captured it all on camera. And not to mention, I mean, the lake house is like our place to get away because Atlanta is very fast paced. So definitely a nice little getaway.
Nice to get away. But you and Parker have been friends since you were 15 years old. What do you remember about that very first trip, to the lake house and those, that feeling that you still get to capture, this many years still going back?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nostalgic when we go back because we've had so many memories there, all these summers, like going up there. And so, yeah, I mean, it just gets kind of crazier and crazier every summer, but the group of people somehow have stayed pretty consistent.
There is a storyline and a little bit of drama with Katie. Tell us a little bit about, what's going on with that, Parker, and having her in your life and bringing her back here for the season right here.
Especially difficult with Katie because we have been on and off together for the last 4.5 years. And essentially when we sold this show, we were stuck in quarantine at the lake house. So we were already at each other's throats. And now it's kind of changed the whole dynamic because he's coming back into the lake house. I have a new girlfriend and obviously like I love this person and care about her and I love this person and care about her. So it's just a whole mess.
Which we'll see unfold. We get to see a little bit in the very first episode, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty more as the season continues.
Absolutely. Well, one thing I do recommend is don't bring two like ex-girlfriends under the same roof or two people that you really do care about. Not a good idea.
It gets messy.
I see your head shaking. Is this? I'm assuming this isn't the first time you've shook your head at things that Parker has done.
Not at all. I mean, knowing him for so long, he's been pretty consistent, but this summer got a little messier than it usually gets. And unfortunately, I'm friends with both of the girls like that were in the house that this happened with. So it got pretty sticky.
Well, I gotta say though,
wanting to have your back, Parker.
Bethania also has a little thing going on too with one of my best friends. So
yeah, we'll get to see that.
We'll get to see that on the show as well too. Let's talk a little bit about the group of friends that we're going to see in the season. There could be drama, but there's also a lot of fun. Let's talk a little bit about the fun aspect of having your group of friends from the very beginning to continue that tradition. And that like when you're planning something for a summer that like there's going to be some drama, but these are also going to be some fun times that you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've always had the best memories there. This summer, I feel like was one for the books, to be honest with you, because I don't know, it just got a little too crazy, I think, with Parker's situation. But I don't know. Every year, I think we kind of topped the year before.
Well, I guess for me, it was more so just there were just so many personalities in one house, under one roof. So I mean, it was just constant. Like there was always something going on. I mean, it was a lot. And then also, I mean, it being my house, like I feel like I'm responsible for every person there. So, I mean, it was definitely a lot to take in. And
then I guess for both of you, and I'll continue, I'll start with you, Parker, advice for friends who are, maybe have a big trip that planned this summer, are going to be, in a tight space, with a lot of different personalities. What's your advice for making the adventure go as smoothly as possible?
The best advice I can get is just keep cool. Don't let emotions get the best of you if you get in an argument. Just play the nice guy. Like but then again though, if you play that, then you can just get walked all over. You just have to watch the show and see, and you might learn something from it. Because I feel like a lot of the things that happen on this show that the viewers that watch it will relate to it in a sense.
Gotcha. What about for you, Bethania?
I mean, I think talking everything out with your friends. We're at the end of the day a pretty tight friend group, and when things do get pretty messy, I think we all do a pretty good job of communicating with each other. So just don't hold it in, talk it out with your friends, and it'll be okay. We gotta communicate.
Actually, I do have one.
I
feel like a lot of the drama was spiraled around the games that we would play at night, because somehow, some way, someone would always get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, maybe don't make up games and play them. That's a really good piece of advice because that always got messy.
Or maybe earlier the day before things get a little too messy at night.
Exactly.
Parker, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or anything, but I do want to talk about a funny situation that we are going to see in the first episode. Is that your family does come from a line of chicken restaurants. You own a famous chicken restaurant chain, but you were seasoning chicken, you were making chicken for everybody, and it maybe didn't go as planned. Did you get ribbed as far as that, or is this kind of like a one-off thing where usually you are like the master at like making chicken?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was great. Bethania, you didn't like that I seasoned it in the packaging?
No, Parker, you seasoned it in the plastic, and I don't think you washed the chicken either. So there was like a lot of missteps before it got on the grill.
The chicken?
Yes, you wash chicken. You always wash
the vegetables. You don't wash the chicken.
Parker, you wash chicken. You don't marinate it in plastic. And listen, Parker's pretty good at cooking. I will give him that. He's not a bad chef, but that chicken was a little dry.
Okay, and maybe it was a little dry. Okay, I'll say this: I'm not the best griller, but when it comes to like frying chicken and like cooking it in a pan, I'm excellent.
Okay, I'll give him that.
Awesome. And then maybe each of you can tease a little bit, after the first episode, a little something that we can see, as far as your storylines for the rest of the season.
I think you'll see a lot of us trying to find out what we want to do in life and kind of support each other through different paths that we're all taking. And definitely a couple romances you'll see in there for us.
What about for you, Parker?
I would say, I feel like I learned a lot about myself. Being able to like, after an event goes down, being able to go in the confessional and talk about it, it's almost like therapy. So it's like you kind of get an outside look of like kind of what's going on in your life. So I feel like it definitely helped me out.
That's awesome. Well, we can't wait to watch the whole rest of the season. The show is premiering June 23rd on MTV, Buckhead Shore. Go ahead and check it out. Bethania, Parker, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.